them because once again, a lot of books, a lot of websites, or I'm getting sites from, don't cover the ear. So there's not a whole lot here. In fact, I'll even show you at the end here something I did a little bit differently for this section. Starting off here, organ of Corti. So look at this. Organ of Corti coming through here would be right here, but what we're looking at is a cochlea, correct? And so when you look at it here, the middle one's always going to be scala media. Where students can make a mistake, okay, here's the organ of Corti. Below that's always going to be tympani. Opposite side of that is always going to be vestibuli. What you're going to see, depending on where you are as it spirals around that bony spike, sometimes vestibuli will be smaller than tympani, other times it will be reversed. And so I've had students before, I missed an exam because vestibuli, everything I looked at was always the largest. Not always, okay? And so what you want to do is look in here, the middle one's easy to find, that's scala media. You find the organ of Corti, which you can see right here. Below that will be scala tympani, opposite side will be scala vestibuli. Don't go by size, okay? Just having taught this many years, that's a common mistake that students will make, all right? All right, nice image here of the organ of Corti where they've got everything labeled. Organ of Corti is in scala media. Below organ of Corti will be tympani, vestibuli on the other side. Here's my Reisner's membrane that separates the vestibuli from the media. Basilar membrane here separates media from tympani. Here's my tectoral membrane, sitting on top of 1, 2, 3 hair cells right here. And those would be my outer hair cells, my outer phalangeal cells. Right here, with this arrowhead, is my inner hair cell and my inner phalangeal cells. And then the pillar cells here and here, wedges at the base of that tunnel of Corti. See, the other thing I can see up here is I've got my stria vascularis in the wall of the scala media. And the opposite of that, if I see it, I don't quite see it, maybe a little bit, would be, would be fibers coming back here, axons coming back, or dendrites coming back to my spiral ganglion back here. Okay, not quite on this image. All right, here with lower power magnification. Here is my bony peak sticking up, an organ of Corti wrapped around it. If I just look at one region of, I say organ of Corti, the cochlea wrapped around it. If I look here, here is one region of the cochlea. I can see my organ of Corti, so I know right there that's scala media. Scala vestibuli up here, scala tympani down here. Okay, that's about all I can really see on this. If you want to get a little bit of an idea and whatnot to give you a higher power, here would be my stria vascularis. Here are spiral ganglions right here. Yeah, I mean, here is one. I'm in the middle of one right here. Here's one on the other side. Here's one. Here's one. You can see them through here. I'm not going to ask you to identify them there. I'll show it to you. You can see the nice big neurons. It kind of gives you the orientation when you see it in the lower power magnification here. What you're looking at. Yes?
Again, show which ones are the scala vestibule and the scala tympani.
Okay, media. Okay, what's below media? Tympani, and then what's above the opposite side? Vestibuli.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Here we've got a nice organ of Corti showing with out being labeled. If I look here, pectoral membrane sitting on 1, 2, 3 hair cells. Here's my outer phalangeal cell supporting that. Can't really make out my inner hair cell here, but we know it's one of these 2 nuclei in here. And then my inner phalangeal cells, my pillar cells would be here and here. Okay. Here's my stria vascularis that makes the endolymph that fills scala media. And then over here I can make out on the very left edge of the screen, large cells, that being my spiral ganglia. Okay? So That's showing us all the things we need right there of our organ of Corti. Okay? Same thing here, just a little different image of it. Higher power, so we don't see as many things, but here is my tectoral membrane sitting on top of my 1, 2, 3 hair cells, outer hair cells. My outer phalangeal cells will be these nuclei down here. My inner hair cell, once again, I don't quite make it. It's one of these 2 nuclei right here. Would be my inner hair cell and my inner phalangeal cells here. Here and here would be my pillar cells. Basilar membrane, Reisner's membrane. All right, I'm not able to see, but my stria vascularis would be off to the left. My spiral ganglion would be over here to the right. All right. Can't see them, I'm not gonna ask you that, but it just gives you the orientation of where you'd be looking for these things. Yes?
I'm having a hard time differentiating between the hair cells, phalangeal cells.
Okay, the hair cells are always, they're gonna reach all the way up to the surface here, okay? I realize that when I'm using this pointer, the nucleus right above the pointer here, right above the pointer here, right above the pointer here will be my 3 hair cells. They're always gonna be the superior most nuclei out there. There's typically 3 almost every time you're gonna see 3. Like I said, that inner hair cell doesn't always stand out as much, and that's why that was ignored for a number of years. And so I said, whoop, there's a hair cell here, and it was listed but never explained function. And then, let's say 5, 6 years ago, they said, wait a minute, the tectoral membrane actually sits on top of it. The phalangeal cells are down here. Yeah, yeah. These would be phalangeal cells up here too, but the 3 right here are the hair cells. Most of your phalangeal cell nuclei will be lower.
And how do you differentiate the hair cells on the right side?
Okay.
The upper left?
That is one of these 2. It's gonna be the superior one, but those are awfully close. There's only 1 on that side. Or, and if I probably have a microscope, I can find 2 on occasion, but I mean, these might both be, but I can't distinguish that because I won't ask you that there. Have to have an image where I can see it to ask it to be well. Basilar membrane is this structure right here.
Am I just gonna leave it? Would you mind slowing it down? Because I'm having a hard time keeping.
Okay, all right. I'll slow down or I'll go through twice. Okay. Tectoral membrane, right here. Sitting on top of 1, 2, 3 outer hair cells. All these other nuclei in here will be my outer phalangeal cells. Can't really make out my inner hair cell. It's one of these 2. I have to guess, pick the superior one, nucleus there. But I can't see the hairs, can't see them on it. And the rest of them will be phalangeal cells. Here is my tunnel of Corti right here. The tunnel of Corti at the base of it has little wedge-shaped cells called pillar cells. 1, 2, 3 of them right there. Okay, Reisner's membrane. Basilar membrane.
Is the only way to differentiate the phalangeal cells from the hair cells that phalangeal cells are different?
Yeah. The superior ones are the ones closest to the tectoral membrane. The nuclei closest to the tectoral membrane should be the hair cells. That's okay. This one's a little confusing. You got some right there close together. The inner hair cells don't stand out as well as the outer ones. Okay. Tunnel of Corti. All right. Otolith organs. Otolith organs, when you see them, don't jump out at you and say, hey, I'm an otolith organ. Okay? I mean, there's nothing real distinctive about them, like the cristampularis or the organ of Corti or something like that. They're going to be sitting on top of bone, if you happen to see that in here, but you've got connective tissue with nerve fibers running through it. What you see is going to look something like maybe a pseudo-stratified epithelium in terms of the nuclear location. No, it's not truly a pseudo-stratified because some of these nuclei are neurons, are not epithelial cells. Okay, those hair cells there are modified neural cells, act as receptors. And then you've got a layer here, which would be glycoprotein. And it's very seldom you keep the otoliths on top. Here they did. Normally you see one, maybe two little dark dots of otoliths there. Here they kind of kept them throughout the one. There's nothing that really jumps out at you and says, ah, that's the otolith organ when you look at it. The drawing is what, learn it from the drawing, then go from the drawing to identify it here is the best way of doing that. All right, this guidance structures I did not talk about within the utricle sac. You'll ignore this up here. Okay, most textbooks ignore that. The otolith organ is down here. Okay, once again, I've got bone down here in pink. Got connective tissue, and you kind of get the idea something's passing through it. That would be the dendrites passing through there. I've got, once again, if I look at nucleo-wise, looks like a pseudostratified epithelium, correct? I mean, something along those lines. And here I've just got some of that glycoprotein and some of those hairs still in place here. Often gets removed during processing. Don't really see any otoliths unless I say that, right below my pointer here is an otolith, okay? Normally you don't get to see those otoliths. It doesn't jump out at you. This is one where you may need to look at your choices, say, okay, so that's an otolith organ, okay? All right, and that's it in terms of what I had for slides. What I did, sites that I had not gotten permission